for 10 minutes to actually talk us through your new publications.
Sure, okay. Well, after Black Sterling came DarkGirlBoss.
Right.
Now, I wanted to, DarkGirlBoss is a part memoir, part self-help book.
Okay.
And I wanted to write DarkGirlBoss because I wanted to tell people a lot about my story. It's DarkGirlBoss from self-hate to great.
Right.
So I wanted to talk a bit about my story, like as a child where I didn't like myself. I was like, I wanted to be white. I was only about 5 or 6.
How powerful is that?
Yeah, so I felt that I needed to write about it. So I've written about my story, and within that I've given people some steps as well to help them, you know, understand their own greatness. There's stories in there as well from other women. So there's about 5 women in there that have done, you know, created good businesses.
All right,
so
okay.
they've made good within the society that we live in. I've
Excellent.
also mentioned like a lot of again some sheroes in there, good sheroes.
Right.
I can't remember what they are. Let's have to look at them to go through. But some good sheroes in there
Right.
as examples of how great we really are. And again, I have steps because I like when I write, I always do steps in my book
Right. Excellent.
because I like people to take steps. So in DarkGirlBoss, there are Empress Unity steps, I call them.
Right.
Because
Okay.
this is about the black woman coming together. We must love each other as empresses, as sisters, and work together. So this is what this book is about,
Okay.
making us work together and loving each other, not hating on each other, loving each other. So Empress Unity is the key within this book.
Excellent.
And this book, though, really, I just need to quickly tell you about the
Controversy
but the controversy behind
around
it.
the name.
I was thinking to myself, what shall I name this book? And then DarkGirlBoss just sprung into my head, and I thought, yeah, let me just call it that. So I thought, let me trademark the name because I wanted to build a brand. I wanted it to be international. I wanted to help, you know, young girls across UK, you know, internationally as well, across
Right.
Africa, Caribbean. So I thought, let me trademark it. And then I went to trademark it, and then it was opposed by Hugo Boss.
Could you imagine?
So Hugo Boss, I received a letter. One day I received, you know, there was a knock on the door. I received, it was a postman, and then it was the big like envelope he gave me. I thought, God, what's this? I opened it. It was a 9-page threatening letter from Hugo Boss telling me to stop using the name DarkGirlBoss.
Wow.
It said I must take down my Twitter account. I must take down my Facebook account. And all my social media, I had to stop using it. I had to stop now.
Wow.
Yeah? And I must sign something to say that I will never use it again. If I do, then they're going to take me to court. So they threatened me with court action if I continue to use the word DarkGirlBoss.
These people are worth millions and millions of dollars.
I mean, you've just received what looks like a terrible threat from a multinational company.
Yep.
What did you do?
Well, first of all, I stood there, my son was standing there, and the blood drained from my face. So he went, Gov, because my son calls me Governor, so he said, Governor, what's the matter? And I went, Hugo Boss, they're trying to sue me, they're going to sue me.
Wow.
So I was in a shock at first, okay? I got on the phone, I phoned everybody, I was telling all my friends, Hugo Boss, they're trying to sue me. Then after that I calmed down. I thought to myself, I'm an empress.
Hey, my sister.
I love myself.
Absolutely.
Hugo Boss, you can't do this to me. So I laid down, it was in the night, and I laid and I thought, what can I do to stop them? Because I couldn't fight them in the courts because they could take my house and make me
course not.
bankrupt.
Yes.
So I couldn't fight them, so I thought, I'm going to fight them in the media.
Right. Good
So I
strategy.
took to social media, I was telling everybody, racist Hugo Boss, they're not allowing me to use Hugo, but they're not allowing me to use DarkGirlBoss. I went to the papers, I was featured. A whole spread I had in the Voice newspaper. Also in iNews as well. I was on BBC News, BBC Radio, nationally. And I think I was in another paper, I can't remember the name of the other paper that I was in. But it was everywhere. I was going to also do a protest outside of their flagship store in Regent Street.
Wow, okay.
And you have to tell them when you're going to do a protest, you have to inform the police, and the police will inform them. So they will, so they know. So it has to be, you know, all done formally.
Yeah, also.
So they knew I was going to thing. But when I was on when I went onto the national radio, they said, "Oh, we've been trying to contact her to try to come to some agreement." Lies. They haven't been trying to agree with me. They haven't.
Power of public protest. Wow.
Yeah, so you know, in the end, they just they went away. They said, "We're not going to take any more action."
Wow.
Yeah, and they said it publicly.
What a story.
They said it publicly. Yeah.
What
yeah.
a story.
So this multinational company launches an attack against you,
Yes.
and you seem to be responding by launching a counterattack in
exactly what
another
happened.
arena.
In another arena.
That's
What
right.
gave you the courage to launch a counterattack against a multinational company?
I believe in my greatness. I believe I'm great. And that's what I always promote to people. I believe in your greatness. And when you do, I believe I'm an empress. I'm
You
always
are an
going
empress.
around. Every time I do my talks, I say, I'm great. I was born great. I'm great. I believe I'm great. I always say and it isn't narcissist. It's not narcissism.
No, not at
I'm just
all.
saying
not at all.
it's
Self-pride.
yeah,
No,
and I always say
absolutely.
it to other people. I say, like, when I start my talks, I always say, let me hear you say, I was born great. So I try to encourage people. So for me, it was a belief in myself that I could do this, and that people shouldn't be allowed to do this to me. They shouldn't have that kind of power. And I didn't want them to wield that type of power over me. So that's why I thought, this is what I'm going to do.
So you've risen from here, learnt the lessons from here, to telling such a fantastic story.
Yes.
So there you go. It's evidenced itself practically.
Yes.
I'm still quite interested
Yeah.
in this. I'm sorry to keep pushing, but I'm
No,
still
it's
interested in
fine.
this. How did third parties respond to this? Did you sort of get hate mail from third parties? Did you get support from third parties? Other parties, how did they respond?
I was supported by... Now, first of all, I must admit, I did contact a lawyer. So I contacted a lawyer at one point, and I said, "Oh, Hugo Boss are trying to do this. What can I do?" So they said, "Oh, you should just change the name. Change the name. You won't be able to fight them. Change the name." So I was like, "I'm not changing the name. Goodbye."
Goodbye.
So but the community came out and they supported me. They were saying, "Oh, it's terrible." It's so it was all on social media.
Wow.
And one of the newspapers that I was in, the iNews, they have a page on Facebook, so everyone was responding and saying, "Oh, this is who do they think they are?" So I had lots and lots of support.
Public support, yeah.
Public support. I was on TV shows, I was on
Wow.
with Paul Mackenzie. He has a TV show, so I was on his show. I was on people. I was talking to lots of people, so I had support from people. So that really helped. The support that I had from people.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So David and Goliath. And
Yeah,
David
that's
won.
what people were saying. It was a David and Goliath situation. Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah.
You won. Oh my
Well.
goodness. So then tell us now how, in a sense, this shapes the Dark Boy Boss. Because this is now about looking at the kings,
Yes.
looking at our young kings and
Yes.
emperors.
Yes, it
So
is
tell us.
because now Dark Boy Boss came about because of I look around and I see what's happening to our young kings. At the end of the day, I'm a female, and it's going to take our men to be the ones that are the mentors mainly to them, for them. But I thought to myself, what can I do? Yeah, as a
Woman,
as a
mother.
woman, as a mother, what can I do
Yeah.
to try to raise the self-esteem of our kings? Because it hurts me
Yeah,
when I
yes.
see
Same.
what's happening to them. Yeah, so I thought my power is the written
Yes,
word.
the written
My
word.
power is the written word.
Yes.
So I thought, I'm just going to have to do some affirmations. So it isn't a story; it's affirmations. It's
And
affirmations.
It's a beautiful book. If I might just show a couple of the
Well,
drawings.
you
the
can, and
illustrations.
then you can read the first affirmation
Okay.
that's in there, just so that people can understand.
Let's just show some of the pictures in this book. Look how beautiful that illustration is. And I'll show another. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? I really love the colourful illustrations in DarkBoyBoss. And it's definitely a book that I would buy for a nephew, my son.
Well, could I read the first? You could read the
Yes.
first affirmation.
Yes,
couldn't you?
okay,
Yeah.
I can do that. I can do that. Okay, let's
It's just
get
the green
to
one.
it.
Yeah,
Is it this one?
yeah.
Powerful affirmations start here. The dark boy comes from the genes of greatness, the original African, the real leader of the world. His physical attributes are second to none. The level of his intellect is beyond reproach. His genetic DNA is the oldest in the world, superior beyond measure, and his spirit is likened to pure gold. In one word, greatness.
I love the way you read that, Empress. I love the way you read that.
Thank you. Please
Wonderful.
tell us about the t-shirts. I loved the t-shirts. Please tell us
Yeah.
about the t-shirts.
Okay, well, again, it's another brand. So DarkBoyBoss is DarkBoyBoss from the Genes of Greatness. You can see it says Genes of Greatness on the
Yes.
throne of the child.
Yes, on the
that's
back
sitting on the front.
as well.
Yeah.
And the front.
Yeah. So Genes of Greatness, again, it's because I believe that we come from the genes of greatness. We, as Africans, we come from the genes of greatness. So I've built an entire brand around it.
Right.
So that's the T-shirt, and the
Yes.
T-shirt is that's my face on there, and it says Genes of Greatness. So it's just again promoting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I have two organisations now. One is Genes of Greatness Tours. Now, Genes of Greatness Tours takes people back to Sierra Leone, starting with Sierra
Okay.
Leone, started to Sierra Leone for just to experience the country. And what we do is we let them get a feel of the people.
Association with Africa, isn't
We
it?
do, and we
The
bring
motherland.
we bring people on so that they can understand about. They can build business there. How they can come and they can come and live there if they want to live. It's giving the whole feel of the country and how easy it is to come and live there and build business there and become rich. Yeah. And to take advantage of all the resources, the natural resources that belong to us.
Exactly.
So that's Genes of Greatness Tours. And then there's the overarching companies, the Genes of Greatness Foundation,
Right.
and that's really for younger people. So mainly for children in Africa. Now this is just starting the Genes of Greatness Foundation. So it's looking at supporting orphans, supporting education, and also supporting ex-offenders as well, like
Right.
people that have been incarcerated. So it's just trying to help the younger.
Yes.
The
Because
younger-
employment for them are very bleak.
Yeah, so it's helping
Isn't
the
it?
younger.
Once.
Yeah, it's helping mainly in Africa. So I'm starting in Gambia and starting
Right,
in
okay.
Sierra Leone, but also I want to tie it to some of the young people here as well. And the organisation, the foundation is actually the headquarters are actually in Gambia.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it isn't.
Spreading yourself around.
Yeah, so it isn't Company's House. It's registered in Gambia, so
Right,
it's
okay.
an African organisation.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I mean, we can just go on, couldn't we, Amawale? You are doing so many things.
I'm trying.
And yes, and it sounds to me as if you are trying to be that example in terms of the practical application. You are trying to be that example.
Yes.
And this is what we need. I mean, could you tell us where people can find you on your social media platforms?
Yeah, I'm everywhere. I'm on
Yeah.
Facebook, so Facebook just Khadijah Ward.
Yes.
I'm on Instagram. I'm on DarkGirlBoss on Instagram or blacksterling.author. So I have two Instagram accounts. Also, you can email me, but it's such a long email address. But it's yeah.
But they can message you, can't they?
Yeah,
through
so I think
Instagram
that
and
I
other
think in the
platforms?
first instance, if you contact me on social media,
Yes.
then you'll be able to get
Yes.
access to me and
Yes.
all of my products.
all of your products.
Yeah.
Khadijah, thank you so much. You're
you
definitely
for
a
having
role
me.
model
Thank
in
you.
terms of how it should be done.
Thank you so much.
I
Thank you.
love that about the way you're moving forward. Amawale, Anything else that you'd like to say to Khadijah at this time?
Just to say that you've clearly been doing a lot of work. But no, I won't take it.
Yeah, and that's fine. But Khadijah, audience, I hope you have enjoyed our review this evening. You've been listening to the wonderful Khadijah and all of her works, her talents, her gifts. Please support her with these books. Support her in terms of her foundation. Thank you very much. That's all for now. Until next week. Good evening.